So all eyes are on Lamar Jackson heading into the postseason, and rightfully so. But the biggest X factor for the Baltimore Ravens to finally make that Super Bowl run that they've been waiting for under Lamar Jackson is running back Derrick Henry, and he is going to be a very big key to their success in the postseason. And of course, he's had a great year this year, rushing for 1,900 yards and breaking records throughout his career right here. So let's go ahead and break down the film of some of his key runs that he had against the Cleveland Browns and how the Ravens are going to continue to need this going forward. Ravens honestly kind of sleptwalked through the first half of this game, but the halftime adjustment was to feed King Henry, and it got this offense going. And of course, anytime they give him over 19 carries a game, so far, Baltimore Ravens has been undefeated this season. They're going to have to keep that trend up. Right here in this play, under center is always one of the best ways to get Derrick Henry going. They go with a jet motion from right to left, and they go with a duo insert. Fullback inserts. Derrick Henry is able to show his patience and just find little creases, which is always amazing for Derrick Henry, that he's such a big physical runner, but he can fit in some of the tightest lanes and find a crease. Duo is all about double teams. You're going to get a double team on this 2 technique right here and a double team on this 4-eye technique up to the backers. Get a good insert there by the fullback. Safety makes a bad fit. There's a Derrick Henry stiff arm, and there's a big gain for Derrick Henry. Okay, a little bit later in the game, low red zone area. High percentage chance that you give Derrick Henry the football in this scenario right here. So the play action fake to Derrick Henry freezes the linebackers, and the Cleveland Browns completely lose Bateman in the middle of the field. But watch Derrick Henry in his pass protection right here. Quick fake, boom, stalemate this defensive lineman. And it gives Lamar Jackson just enough time to find Bateman in the second window to be able to get this touchdown. Watch it right here from the end zone copy. Play action, boom, stalemate right there. You can freeze it right here, and this linebacker is in the perfect window defending Bateman in the back of the end zone. Lamar Jackson needs just enough time for him to clear him and get into that second window. Without this pass protection by Derrick Henry, it would not be possible. But he's able to stalemate this defensive end and give Lamar just enough time to find Bateman wide open for 6, and he couldn't do it without great pass protection there by the King. Right here, Ravens are running their crunch technique. They're pulling both guards for trapping, and Derrick Henry is able to see the backside A gap just open up enough, and he's able to work it and bend it backside and get a big gain right here. By pulling both these guards, you're able to trap the defensive line and work up to the backers. This backside left tackle is going to work to the backside backer, reading this defensive end because you have Lamar Jackson. If he squeezes hard, Lamar would keep it, but he stays wide for this instance because of the threat of Lamar Jackson's legs. What does that do? It opens up the backside A gap for Derrick Henry to bend it right here. Derrick Henry has made such a living in his career being able to have this vision and quickly going from right to left and bending it all the way back. And he's able to go against the grain of the defense and get off to the races for another big gain. Real quick, guys, if you are gaining value from this video, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. It is free. Join the team and help us continue to build this community as we are closing in on 10,000 subscribers. Right here, they're running with a wide split zone action. And anytime you go split zone, you are pressing, you are stressing the defense out horizontally. And it's Derrick Henry's job to be able to find that crease and cut it north. Right here on this instance, they get a seal on the edge, which is going to allow him to bounce this to the outside and find the green grass, which is where opposing defenses never want to see Derrick Henry at. Handoff from under pistol, gets the edge, gets to the outside. That defender has no chance. Get it with the Derrick Henry stiff arm. That defender has no chance. And just like that, it's a gain of 15. I'll freeze that at the point of attack right here on the key block that the left tackle has. But on wide zone, right here, if this defender stayed outside, he would have just continued to take the inside hip and wash him outside, and then it would have been up to Derrick Henry to be able to make the block right. But because the defender takes an inside path, left tackle is able to pin him, Derrick Henry gets to the outside, and like say, the rest is history for Derrick Henry, and he gets a big gain. Next one, goal line. fullback in an offset, motion him over to the left, and just run power. They get everybody blocked except for one safety who's not accounted for, but one-on-one with Derrick Henry always is going to favor Derrick Henry in this sort of situation. Motion the fullback right to left, and this is power. So you're going to get down across the board. The fullback is going to be responsible to kick the first defender to the outside. Backside guard is now going to wrap to the first defender that shows up. That would be number 40. And then it's 43 who does a really good job of scraping all the way from the backside. And it was able to make contact with Derrick Henry, but getting Derrick Henry down before he crosses goal line is a tough task for 43 when you're talking about the amount of weight and size difference between the two. Derrick Henry gets his pads low and gets 6. So just a minute ago, we showed you wide zone with a split action kick. And right here, they do the exact same thing, but do it from just a slightly different formation. But the safety goes outside and fits it wrong, tries to force this thing back inside just a little bit too early. And Derrick Henry is able to find the crease and get the north cut. That's what we talk about. If you find creases on this wide zone, you're able to put your foot in the ground and get north and get vertical right now. They started in a trips bunch close set. You saw that motion go from left to right, and you saw the Cleveland Brown defender run with them. This clear indication that it was man coverage, and it looks like they were in cover 0. Basically, nobody helping in center field. It's a 3rd and short. Browns are loading the box, and they're trying to stop them and trying to have that last chance of hope to be able to stay in this game. It's a smart idea to try to load the box and stop Derrick Henry, but if you don't, and if you give him a crease, there's no safety deep to be able to come down and try to make a touchdown-saving tackle. Slow it down and watch how this one develops. We'll look at the point of attack on the outside. So 29 is trying to force this thing back inside. He takes a bad fit, and he's working a little bit too far outside. But this defensive end technique has now he's now kept his outside arm free. He's trying to force it back inside too. The left tackle, because this is wide zone, he just stays on his inside hip, starts to wash him outside, and now look at this crease that it has developed. 29 just puts himself in a bad fit right here, a little bit too far outside, and Derrick Henry is able to make him pay and put it north and get another big gain, which ended up for 6. And this is what the Baltimore Ravens have to continue to do in the postseason. And I'm not trying to take away anything from Lamar Jackson. He's had another great season, and he could possibly win his 3rd MVP, but he has not been able to get the job done in the postseason, and Derrick Henry can be that X factor. If they are able to feed him and keep this offense ahead of the chains, it makes all things go as smooth as sails. If they get behind in any game and they get to a situation where they cannot feed Derrick Henry, now it's going to put a lot of more pressure on Lamar Jackson. He's going to find himself in more 3rd and long situations, and that is not where they want to live. It is going to be key that they allow this run game to continue to work and be the catalyst that can push the Baltimore Ravens far and maybe possibly to the Super Bowl. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. As always, watch this next video. Stay humble, stay kind. Peace.